Hello everybody, this is GamerGar. Today I played 100 Days of Stardew Valley and tried to complete as much as possible to attain the perfection achievement. Let's have a look at the goals that we've set aside for today's video. So the first goal that I want to do is to get all the star drops the game has to offer. This includes getting all the fish in the game, including the ginger island fish. This also includes getting all the minerals and artifacts so we can get the star drop off Gunther. I would also like to achieve max friendship with all of the NPCs in Stardew Valley. And the last goal is to ship 15 of each crop in the game, including the year 2 crops. They are possible to get in year 1 with a little bit of luck. So let's jump into the video and let's see how well we did. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so when Stardew Valley content is released, which is every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday, and we also do live streams every Friday at 9 o'clock British Standard Time, you will be notified. As you can see, the channel has now tons of Stardew Valley content for you to enjoy. Day number 1, one of the most important days in spring, so we get our free parsnip seeds, we plant those, we water those, and we then run around with the scythe and we try to get as much fibre as possible because we're going to need all the fibre that we can get our hands on for tea saplings later on. Any forageables we see, we pick those up, and of course we cut down as many trees as possible so we can get lots of wood because we're going to need tons of wood in this playthrough. Day number 2, it is a day of fishing, so we get a free fishing rod off Willy. We trade that in for the training rod and we fish until we reach fishing level 2. Once we get fishing level 2, we then purchase the fiberglass rod. And using the fiberglass rod, we then head up to the lake area to get more fish up there because the lake area is a lot more profitable than the beach area in spring, especially because of the largemouth bass that you can get. Day number 3 is a rainy day, so we will use today to get catfish. You can only get them on rainy days in spring. And catfish sells for quite a lot of money. So the more catfish we can fish up today, the more money we are going to get. It's also very important to wait until level 5 or 10 fishing to sell the fish so you get those perks. So at the end of that day, I get level 5 fishing. I'm going to get the fisher, fish worth 25% more, which is an amazing perk. Day number 4, I get super lucky and I get a diamond and a Neptune's glaive inside a fishing treasure chest. I also pull up all the parsnips from the ground here as well on day 5. So the mines have opened up, but we're not going to go to the mines today. Instead, we are going to gather as much money as possible. We can do this through giving Gunther artifacts, selling some things up here, and selling some fish to Willy. What are we going to do with all this money? We are going to purchase as many potato seeds as possible. And the reason why I'm getting so many potato seeds is because I want to make lots more money for strawberries. Also, it's a great way to get the farming level up early. Day number 6, we go into the mines. So we just want copper ore. We want to make our way down as quickly as possible to get that lovely star drop and to get the skeleton key, of course, so we can get into the skull cavern. So as we can see, I literally mine until I go unconscious. It's okay to go unconscious because I don't have a whole lot of gold, so the worst that can find me is maybe 1 or 2 gold. Day number 7, we were blessed with a rainy day. But we go back into the mines today. I'm going to put down some furnaces so I can start smelting some bars. Unfortunately, I get some bad luck today and I got an ambush room, but that's not too bad because we have the Neptune's glaive, so we make short work of those enemies, no problem at all. So I get down into the dark floors here, but again the Neptune's blade trivializes the enemies. We get down into floor 40 and this is where we stop. This is where we are going to go to Clint and upgrade our pickaxe before we continue in the mines. I do spend the rest of day number 7 fishing though. If I can get some catfish, it'd be very nice. Day number 8, we're going to go to Clint. We are going to give him our lovely pickaxe, get him to upgrade that to a copper pickaxe, so we can make faster progress in the mines. I also treat myself to a backpack upgrade because I find that I'm throwing away a lot of loot, so I'm losing a lot of money. So I get the backpack upgrade. I also go back to the lake today to get more fish, and I get a diamond in a treasure chest. Super lucky. We're going to take that diamond, no problem. We're going to sell that diamond. I buy some beer. I'm going to give it to Shane. We're going to work on Shane in terms of getting married because we get a star drop that way as well. On day 9, we get a rainy day, so I make some wild spring seeds. I'm going to replant those to get even more spring forageables. I also fish up the eel because I need that for the star drop that Willy gives you when you catch all the fish. On day 10, I get my copper pickaxe off Clint, back down into the mines to see if we can progress further. I get a floor here full of dust sprites, ghosts and slimes, but sure, again we have the Neptune's glaive, so it's not a problem. Day number 11 blesses us with a huge harvest of potatoes. So we're going to harvest all these. We're also going to go back into the mines to see if we can get down further. The further we get, the better, of course. And if we see iron ore along the way, we're definitely going to take that. The next day, Demetrius visits us because of the amount of money that we've made, and we choose the mushroom cave simply because it's more profitable than the bat cave by a long shot. On day 12 here, I'm going to go to the travelling cart lady. I'm going to get a summer spangle because Caroline loves summer spangles, and the sooner we get Caroline to 2 hearts, the better, because she will give us the tea sapling recipe when we get her to 2 hearts, and we can make tons of money through tea saplings. I also fish up tons of fish today to make even more money. So day number 13 comes around and it's time to purchase the strawberries. Now I get 100 strawberries, I don't get too much. I also won I won this event, and if you've watched my previous challenge videos, I normally lose this event, so it was quite a victory for me. On day 14, I'm just fishing up more stuff here. And I get fishing level 10 by the end of day 14, so I'm going to get fish worth 50% more. I also go to Caroline here on the next day, and I tell her that her sunroom is very relaxing. She's going to give me the tea saplings. Back down into the mines here now today, and I actually got a prismatic shard today. It dropped off one of those shadow brutes, so that was super lucky. We'll trade that in for the galaxy sword. I also made it down to floor 90. I got the obsidian edge, which is really nice as well, but we won't be using that for long because we have that lovely prismatic shard. Day number 16, it starts off like most days, watering the crops, followed by fishing. And day number 17, then we're going to Clint. We're going to get him to upgrade our axe to a copper axe because I want that to be a steel axe as quickly as possible so I can get into the secret woods. I made it to floor 100, nabbed myself a lovely star drop, which increases my maximum energy. Level 5 mining, and so I'm going to go with the +1 ore per vein. Also level 5 combat, we're going to get the fighter. We get a rainy day in day 18, praise the Lord. We go straight into the mines and take full advantage of that day, and we get the skull key. We also do some fishing as well that day, and we get some money. We get super lucky here too at the end of day number 18, and we get a fairy. So she is going to make those strawberries grow up very quickly. So on day 19, I go to Willy to get the fiberglass rod, the trap bobber, and of course the trout suit, because we are going to battle the legendary fish to see if we can pull it up out of the water in spring. So we get the copper axe off Clint. Now I'm going to give him the axe straight back because I want the steel axe so I can get into the secret woods. And I spend a great deal of time today on the 20th fishing. So I get super lucky here. I get a broken trident and a diamond. But guess what? The very next treasure chest I got another diamond and broken trident. Never got that lucky before in my life. Super lucky. I also got to bat the legendary fish. I failed it a few times, but on the 3rd attempt I got it, pulled out of the water, and that will sell for a nice chunk of money. The legend fish is in the bag. We celebrate by giving Shane a nice bear on his birthday, which gives us loads of friendship points. Day 21, we are going to harvest all of our lovely strawberries. This will be the second last harvest of strawberries. We're going to sell all these too and make lots of money. Back into Clint's, we get the steel axe. That means we can access the lovely secret woods. But we're going to get him to upgrade our pickaxe now to a steel pickaxe. I go to the travelling cart lady to see if she's anything interesting, and she does. She has a lovely red cabbage. So I'm going to get that, and I'm going to stick that into the greenhouse. So I go into the secret woods here now, and I'm just going to farm all of the hardwood that it has inside. These stumps generate every single day, so this would be a great way to stock up on hardwood, because we need hardwood for upgrades later on, especially the house upgrade, the boat upgrade to get to Ginger Island, and if we want the stables maybe we need hardwood for that. Level 5 farming, we're going to go with tiller, crops for 10% more, and for foraging we're going to go for gatherer, which means there's a chance we can put up double forageables. So I got Joja membership today because we absolutely love Joja. Joja forever. Let's drive. Let's do a great 100-day run, and Morris is going to help us out with that, no problem at all. All we need from Morris is just money. And money is pretty easy to get in this game if you utilise the lovely strategies that it has. So I make loads of quality sprinklers today because I got level 6 farming, and they are going to save me tons of time when it comes to watering crops. So day 23, look at all those lovely spring forageables, and we have a batch of strawberries as well to boot. So we're going to harvest all those. What are we going to do with the spring forageables? We're going to turn them into seeds and turn those into tea saplings. 50 tea saplings, we're going to sell those. I'm going to get some sashimi off Gus here because Sebastian loves sashimi. I'm also going to get some bear, salad and spaghetti and pizza. because there's a lot of NPCs around the town that love all these items, and Gus always has these items in stock, so we need to start building up the relationships now with people. I also went to Morris and I got him to unlock the greenhouse, only 35,000 gold, and that is a greenhouse in spring. I also give Shane a bear while he's working, he doesn't complain about it. I give Leah a salad, I give Sam a pizza, and of course I give Sebastian a lovely sashimi. Level 7 foraging, we can now make tree fertilizer, which means we can make lovely tree farms. So in terms of spring, we're off to a very strong start. 25 grand from selling tea saplings, thank you very much. That's why tea saplings are so good. So today is the flower dance. We are going to go to Pierre and I'm going to purchase the tub of flowers recipe from him, and I'm also going to purchase the rare crow because this event is the only event in the game where you can get that rare crow. I asked Shane if he wanted to dance with me, he said yes. So I got to dance with Shane for the flower dance, which was pretty cool. So day 25, rainy day, but it doesn't make much of a difference to us now because we have sprinklers. I got my steel pickaxe off Clint, which was great. Harvested the strawberries. I also gave Gunter some stuff here that has been accumulating over the past few days, including the lovely dwarvish scrolls. So I get my starfruit seeds, my melon seeds, and of course the dwarvish translation guide, so we can now talk to the dwarf in the mines, build up a relationship with him. So I'm going to fill up the greenhouse with spring forageables for now. They're going to come in super handy later. I get the last backpack upgrade just to have the 36 slots in my inventory. And I'm also going to sell the tea saplings to Pierre. So why am I selling tea saplings to Pierre today? It's because I need to get upgrades done today through Morris. I'm going to give a leek to Joja because he loves leeks. I don't have a tuna for Evelyn just yet, she'll have to wait. I'm going to give strawberry here to Maru, a spaghetti to Robin of course, and another strawberry to Demetrius. So I made lots of people happy today. So today is just a day of gift giving. I also unlocked the bus so I can get access to the desert through Morris. Thank you very much, Morris. Now we can go to the desert, we can go talk to Sandy, but more importantly, we can turn in our prismatic shard for the super galaxy sword. One of the strongest weapons in the game, of course, before you get to Ginger Island. So we now have a very good weapon. I also fish up some sandfish here, and of course we go into Skull Cavern just for the poke. So I tried to get down to level 25. If I can get down to level 25, I will get 10,000 gold in the mail from Key. So that's something that I want to do as quickly as possible. I get super lucky here on floor 14. I got 3 iridium nodes, which is absolutely fantastic. Because the more iridium bars we can accumulate earlier on, the more iridium tools we can get access to. It was Emily's birthday, so I gave her an old gem there. She was happy with that. I tried to give Linus a gift, but he was asleep, so he'll have to wait until tomorrow, unfortunately. So at the end of spring, what I did was I purchased tons of crops from Pierre to put into the greenhouse, which will allow me to ship 15 of each of those spring crops. I get the copper watering can off Clint today as well, and I also spend the rest of the day just fishing up largemouth bass and other goodies in the lake. So it is the first day of summer, and what's great about the strawberries are that because they died, I didn't have to re-hoe the ground. I just have to scythe away the dead strawberries. I can plant new crops. 10,000 gold from Key for getting the floor 25 in the Skull Cavern, and I also purchased some starfruit seeds from Sandy. Not a whole lot of starfruit seeds because this is a perfection run, not a money run, but I get a few anyway. I go to Pierre and I'm going to get melons, I'm going to get tomatoes, I'm going to get blueberries, I'm going to get peppers off him, I'm going to get wheat of course, I'm going to get radish, I'm going to treat myself to some lovely poppies, I'm also going to get some spangle seeds, Caroline loves spangles, we're going to get some hops, we're going to grow some alcohol, or brew some alcohol, and we're going to get some corn. I can't afford the rest of the corn or the sunflowers, we'll have to come back for that. I also do some fishing, and of course we tackle the legendary fish of summer, the crimson fish, and we pull that badass up out of the water, which is another legendary fish added to our lovely fishing roster. Back into the mines of course, and this time we are going for monster eradication gold, so we're looking to slay bugs. If they drop ancient seeds, we won't say no to those of course. 20,000 gold today, primarily from selling tea saplings, and we sold a little bit of fish as well. Back to Morris. We're going to get the bridge update. That means we can go into the quarry cave. So I have my steel pickaxe. I'm going to start clearing some debris off the farm here. I'm going to bust open all these big rocks. I spend a whole day cutting down trees because I need wood for upgrades. So I basically go through cindersap forest and I cut down most of the trees it has to offer, including the stumps of course, so the trees grow back. The next day I'm going to plant some little tree farms here up by the Bat House region, and I'm going to put tappers on all these trees. because I want to make kegs, I want to make bee houses, I want to make other items that the game has. So I go to the quarry location here, and I'm just going to get rid of all these ores, and I'm going to put more trees in this area. So I spent a great deal of time today just mining, cutting down the trees, went into the quarry cave of course, fought my way through the haunted skulls to get that lovely golden scythe. I got a really cool shirt that I put on because I think it's so cool, and that is the golden scythe in the bag, which is much better than the regular scythe, much better range. So I spent some time with the dwarf today. I purchased a rare crate off him, and I purchased a recipe, the weathered floor. And the reason why I'm purchasing recipes is because you have to make all the recipes in the game to, you know, to get perfection. So all the spring forageables are ready in the greenhouse. I'm going to collect all those. I'm going to plant new crops. These are all spring crops. So the spring crops are going to grow in the greenhouse. Obviously the summer crops are going to grow outside. I also started gifting people today. So Sandy loves daffodils. And I also purchased cactus seeds off Sandy because I want to try to ship off as many crops as possible. You know, for that perfection star where you need to ship 15 of each crop. I pull more sandfish up out of the water here for Penny. And on the next day of summer, we have the lovely hot peppers ready to go for lovely Lewis here. And that's a regrowable crop, so I can always sell those later. So I give Penny a sandfish as well, she's very happy with that. I put a chest here in Robin's house, I'm going to put strawberries in the chest. That means anytime I come up here, I can just take out the strawberries and give those to Maru and Demetrius. Give George a leek, he's happy with that. And I've accumulated quite a lot of geodes. So I'm just going to get Clint to break open these geodes now and just hand more stuff into Gunther here. Because if we give Gunther all the artifacts, he's going to give us a star drop. And I want to get all the star drops in the first 100 days of this run. So, the next day, look at all the lovely crops we get to harvest. These are all radishes, of course. And we're back to fishing as well. I got a diamond and a treasure chest, which is worth 5,000 gold. So we absolutely won't say no to that. I got the puffer fish. I got the sturgeon today, which was absolutely great as well. I went into the mines. I got the ghost fish. I got the stone fish. I went down into the middle layers and I got the ice pip. So I sold all the fish today and I made 22,000 gold, which was really nice. The next day, the poppies are ready to go. So I'm going to harvest all these poppies. I'm going to do more fishing to get the red snapper, of course, because we need that for the fish roster. And we're also going to do the octopus. Now, this was an intense catch. The octopus is so hard. We also got catfish because Woody loves catfish. So I'm going to build a coop. We're going to put chickens in there. We're going to put ducks in there. We're going to put rabbits in there. Rabbits' foots, of course, are really handy for loved gifts. Speaking of loved gifts, it was time to make the rounds. So I'm going to give people tons of loved gifts today. Caroline, of course, loves the summer spangles. I also started purchasing some saplings off here. I tried to get one of each to put into the greenhouse. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford the apple sapling, so I'm going to have to come back to that one later. I put some tappers here on the oak trees because I need to get back oak resin so I can make kegs, so that's set up. I get loads of sunflowers today, and Hayley loves sunflowers, so all these sunflowers are going to be presented to lovely Hayley. Emily loves loads of minerals like rubies and topazes and amethysts, so she's easy enough. Back into the mines, we are looking for slimes, we are looking for bugs, we are looking for copper ores, we're looking for fibre. Basically, we have monster eradication goals, but also it's nice to get the copper as well. So today is the day of the luau, and I saved a nice gold star cauliflower for this. Governor was super happy. More importantly, that's going to get us lots of hearts with a lot of NPCs in the game. So the hops are finally ready to go, and these hops will regenerate every single day for the rest of summer, which is amazing. Back to Robin. We're going to get her to construct a new building. This time we're going to go for the big coop, of course, so we can put ducks inside there. So that is another building upgrade done for us. I also caught loads of lava eels today because number one, I needed one lava eel for the fishing roster, but number two, look how much to sell for. Almost 1,600 gold for the gold star lava eel. Into the greenhouse, and we're going to pick up this lovely blue jazz. So we just have a lot of spring crops in here. The kale is good to go as well, so we're going to grab the kale and we're going to sell all this. The next day, the melons are good to go. I'm going to pick up all these melons. Now I'm just going to sell these melons, just to get closer to the achievement. I get the apple sapling off Pierre, and we make some crab pots. And the reason why we make crab pots is because Vincent loves snails. So those crab pots will get snails for us, and these crab pots down by the beach will get lobsters for Elliot. So that is 2 more NPCs in the bag. I made 43,000 gold today, primarily from selling tea saplings and spring crops. The next day, the lovely starfruit has emerged, so we're going to get all this lovely starfruit. Now, I'm going to sell this starfruit. I'm also going to sell the blueberries, but we'll process the future starfruit. You know, we get the kegs and stuff. Back to Morris, it is time to get the minecarts because I want fast travel so I can get around the map faster. I got a few snails in the crab pots today. That was really nice. I'm going to give a snail to Vincent. He's super happy about that. But don't tell Jodie about it because she's not impressed. I also got a lobster from the crab pot down by the beach here. So we're going to give that to Elliot. And he is super happy about the lobster. So that's Elliot and Vincent in the bag there for loved gifts. So I'm going to purchase some rhubarb off Sandy today because I need to sell that. I'm going to get some beets as well. I'm going to get 91 more starfruit seeds just to make some extra cash. The day ends with Morris fixing up the lovely minecarts for us. The next day, the corn is ready to go. Also, we got our first batch of oak resins. That means we can make kegs. We can start processing some stuff. Down to the middle layers of the mines, we are looking for iron ores. We are also looking for dust sprites. So the tulips are good to go. I'm going to harvest all these tulips and I'm going to gift these tulips to Evelyn because Evelyn loves tulips. We also got the green beans as well. Back to Mars for the panning upgrade, and that's the last upgrade that we needed to complete all of the initial upgrades of the game. I make some kegs. I'm just going to put them into the greenhouse for now because I don't have any other places to put them. Greenhouse is a fine place. So I'm going to farm duggies today for the monster eradication goal. And I find that spamming floor 15 is a great way to get duggies. So it is a new day. New crops have come up. So we spend a great deal today picking up the crops outside the farm, picking up the crops inside the greenhouse. And we're going to sell all these crops, of course. And now we are going to get the lovely deluxe coop off Robin. And that means we can now purchase rabbits. And the reason why we want rabbits is because they can drop rabbits' foots. And everybody loves those. Except Penny, of course, because Penny has to be awkward about it. Back down to kill more duggies today. And it was nice too to get the reward from Joja for completing all the updates. They give you a Joja machine, which gives you a Joja cola every day. It's not something you'd use, but I find it's much better than the trophy. So once we kill all the duggies, we're probably going to move on to the dust sprites after that. So that is a monster slayer goal completed right there. We've killed all the duggies. And once you've done a monster slayer goal, you can go into the Adventurers Guild and get a prize. So we're also going to upgrade our pickaxe to a gold pickaxe because I want to max that out as quickly as possible. I'm going to put some hops into the kegs here to get some pale ale back. Pale ale sells for a nice amount of money. Traveling Merchant sold 5 rare seeds today. I'm going to purchase all those, put them in the greenhouse. Down to Marley, and I'm going to purchase some chickens here for our lovely coop. I'm also going to purchase a couple of ducks for the coop as well. Can't afford rabbits right now, so we'll come back to that. I gave Evelyn a tulip today. She was super happy with that. And George, of course, a lovely leek. I also gave Demetrius a strawberry. I gave the wizard a solar essence because he absolutely loves those. Now, I gave a lot more people loved gifts, but I'm only going to show a few, otherwise this video will just drag on for hours. So up to the bathhouse area on the next day, and we got maple syrup, so I'm going to make bee houses because bee houses generate honey. And I also went back to Clint 2 today, and I got my gold pickaxe back off Clint. So I set up the bee houses there. They're good to go. They'll generate honey all the time now for us. I also going to go to Robin here too on the 20th. We're going to make another farm building. We're going to make a silo so we can feed our chickens more effectively. Now I have a lot of grass set up on the farm for the chickens to eat, but the silo will just make things a bit easier. Back down into the mines, we're going to get some more iron ores, and we're going to start farming dust sprites. If we kill 500 dust sprites, that'll be another monster eradication goal completed. But also we will get the overpowered burglar ring, which means more monster traps for us. Level 10 farming, we are going to go with artisan, of course. Artisan goods worth 40% more. Bring on the money. So I went down to Gus here and I purchased fried eel because Jory loves that. I also stocked up on other goods too, like beers, salad, spaghetti and pizza. So we're just going to make the rounds again, and we're going to give the NPCs of Stardew Valley their favourite loved gifts. We've got snails for Vincent, salads for Leah, we've got pizzas for Sam, we've got amethysts for Abigail, of course, she absolutely loves those. We have the fried eel for Jodie, and we also have coffee for Harvey because Harvey loves coffee. Caroline, of course, loves the summer spangles, and Evelyn loves the tulips. George loves the leeks, and Haley loves the sunflowers. Elliot loves the lobsters. Pam, of course, loves a good beer, regardless of the time, and Penny loves the sandfish. Shane loves beer. And we won't forget about Mario or Demetrius, they both love strawberries. And of course the wizard loves solar essences and void essences. So most of the love gifts in this game are really easy to get. The only one that's very difficult to get love gifts for are Alex and Pierre. So I just kind of give them light gifts, which does the job too, you know. Most people like strawberries. So strawberries for the other NPCs that I don't have love gifts for just yet, just so you know. Anyway, back into the mines, we're smelting bars, we're making more cakes because we want to increase our processing power. Also going to make some mayonnaise machines because the chickens now are starting to produce eggs, and I'm accumulating a lot of eggs. So I gave Jordan another fried eel today. Back to the mines, of course, we're slaying more enemies. We are going to farm the lovely iron ore. Eventually we're going to get monster musk, so this task is going to go that fast, but it's important you start these goals early on to ensure that you can complete them within the 100 days. We're getting a house upgrade today from Robin, and we spend the rest of the day cutting down trees, getting wood. So the next day of summer, more starfruit has emerged. We're going to grab all this, and that's going to be processed into starfruit wine. I'm going to purchase rabbits today off Marnie. They're going to go into our lovely deluxe coop. So we have Seesaw the rabbit. I'm going to get some spicy eels off Gus for a Skull Cavern, and I'm also going to purchase some salads for healable food for Skull Cavern as well. And I'm going to purchase or make some bombs using the iron ore that I have accumulated into Skull Cavern today. Let's see if we can get some lovely goodies. So I have the Galaxy Sword, so in terms of my weapon, it's not too shabby. You know, it does a fine job with these enemies. What we're hoping for now is some decent treasure rooms like this one. That is an auto peddler from the first chest and a prismatic shard from the second chest, and that is why Skull Cavern is such a great place to go, because you can get such great rewards. Also, the iridium nodes, we're not going to turn those down. Of course, we're going to harvest those. So I left early because I wanted to go to this event, the Moonlight Jellies, just to experience the full width of this game. It's a lovely event to experience. And of course, before we go to bed, we're going to smelt the ores that we got in our Skull Cavern run today, just to get some lovely iridium bars for tool upgrades and things like that. The next day I went to Pierre and I got some pumpkins, got some eggplant seeds, bok choy, yam, cranberry seeds, fairy seeds of course because we're in fall now. And the greenhouse is coming in so handy because you can put anything in here. I got starfruit in here, I've got green beans inside here, I've got rhubarb grown inside here, you know, I've got everything grown inside here for crops and for recipes. So we also have access now to our lovely special orders quest. We're going to go with a curious substance for the wizard here. So we just have to get an ectoplasm for him. Back into Pierre the next day to get more crops, aromat, grape starter, and a lot more pumpkin seeds. Look at all the pumpkins we've planted now. We're going to make tons of money. So I got an ectoplasm off Ghost. Give that to the wizard. 2500 gold in the bag. But more importantly, he'll give us a nice reward the next day. So I fished up a salmon on the next day, and a super cucumber and an albacore of course. And we even went with the midnight carps. We set up extra late just to get that. And before we went to bed, we had a swing at the legendary fish, the angler, which is the legendary fish of fall. And that is now added to our lovely fishing roster. The next day, we got the rusty key from Gunther, which means we can now get into the sores, talk to Krobus, get our hands on the star drop, and of course we have wild horse radishes that Krobus absolutely loves, so we're going to give him wild horseradish, and we're also going to purchase the star drop from him as well. And because we've completed all of the Joja community, you know, planning projects, we can now get into the mutated bugler. So I fished up a tiger trout on the next day. I also got myself a sea cucumber just to add to the fishing roster as well, because I need those. And I fished up the mutant carp from the sores, which is another legendary fish added to the fishing roster for us. Into the mutant bugler we get the slime jack. I also got the void talisman in there as well, so I can get the magical ink. So the next day we got a rainy day. That doesn't matter now because we have so many sprinklers, but the bok choy was ready to go, so I harvested all of the bok choy into the coop. And as we can see here, I really need to get an auto grabber, so I might get that soon. Duck mayonnaise, regular mayonnaise, we're going to sell that. We're still working on Shane, giving him the bear. We're still giving people gifts that they love. Friday evening is a great way to kind of, you know, go into the saloon and meet everyone. The next day, the eggplants are ready. We're going to harvest all those. The first batch of starfruit wine is good to go inside the greenhouse, so we're going to sell that. I fished up the void mayonnaise, gave that to the goblin. So he is now going to run into that hut, and I am going to get the lovely magical ink, which means I can then use the wizard's magical terminal. if I want Junimo huts or something later on. But I also came here to get a fish, the void salmon. Not the most difficult to catch. So that is the void salmon in the bag, and that is the magical ink in the pocket. The wizard will be pleased with our progress. 80,000 gold. Today, let's break it down. That is primarily from the Starfruit wine, 3,100 gold a pop. And that's 22 Starfruit wine coming in 63,000 gold. I caught the walleye the next day. I needed that for the fish roster. And I also found Penny here, and she has a picnic with the kids. She didn't pick a great day. But Vincent asked a great question. If he eats my vegetables, will he grow up strong? And then he says, he said his brother is so strong, he saw Sam lift Penny up into the trees. So funny. So we're giving the dwarf more gifts today. We're giving Krobus gifts today to get the hearts up. And of course, we are going to get all these lovely cranberries, which we're going to sell for more money. The special orders quest board is back. We're going to go with rock rejuvenation because we have loads of minerals from going into the mines. I also going to fix up the boat so I can get access to Ginger Island. So I need iridium bars, battery packs, and 200 hardwood that we got from going to the secret woods all the time to farm those lovely hardwood stumps. It was back to Clint, time to upgrade tools. I wanted to upgrade my axe to a gold axe. And I'm just going to give Emily the minerals here to complete rock rejuvenation. Now I only get 1,000 gold for completion. However, she will give me a sewing machine the next day, which is super handy to have that inside your house if you like making clothes. I love making clothes in this game. So I got Lewis's lucky purple shorts, and I asked Marnie if she wanted them. She was like, oh, I don't know what this is. You know what they are, Marnie. I also found Lewis in Marnie's room looking for his shorts, but I found them first. So I just gave them to Lewis, and he says, found them where? It's too late, Lewis. You have been caught red-handed. We know what you're up to. Back to Clint, got my gold axe, and it was time for an adventure to Ginger Island. So Ginger Island is basically the one in the 1.5 update. Hopefully mobile players will get that soon. We start off by giving this parrot a walnut. I'm not going to show myself getting all the walnuts. If you want to see a golden walnut guide, check out the video up there in the link. It'll show you how to get all the golden walnuts that Ginger Island has to offer. So I'm just going to show you the highlights here of me getting a few golden walnuts. So the main reason I came here is to just build up a relationship with Leo. I'd like to max him out within the 100 days. I also went back to Robin here, and I'm going to get her to build a shed because I need to start putting processing machines inside this shed to make even more money. I went to Gus too to see what he had. He got pink cake. I got 3 pink cake from him. And I also gave him an orange because my orange tree has now grown and Gus loves oranges. I'm also going to purchase some supplies here. I'm going to get the auto grabber for the chickens and the ducks and the rabbits. And I also gave Jas a pink cake, so she was super happy with that. Jas also loves fairy roses, so we can give her fairy roses as well. I went to see a game with Sam here. We got to see the Tunnelers play, and we had an absolutely great time. It was back to Ginger Island the next day to get more golden walnuts, and I fished a few up out of the water as well. So I wanted enough golden walnuts so I can get the house unlocked over here. I also got the blue discus fish, which we add to our lovely fishing roster. There's 3 fish we can get in Ginger Island that we need. The blue discus is one, the lionfish is another fish, and the stingray is the last fish we need. Went into the volcano cave, and I got a couple of recipes. I got the ginger ale recipe, and I got the warp totem recipe. I also got a golden walnut out of a chest, but I also got the hot Java ring, which is an absolutely amazing ring. If you slay enemies with this ring equipped, that they will drop coffee and triple shot espressos. You can even sell those to make tons of money. When you reach the forge area, you're always guaranteed 1 prismatic shard. So I went ahead and I enchanted my galaxy sword, and I got the haymaker enchant. It's actually pretty nice because I have animals. It means if I cut open weeds, there's a chance I'm going to get hay back with that weapon. So I get lots of fairy roses today, and I also went into the secret woods because I finally got myself a sweet gemberry, gave that to the statue, and I got back a star drop. Made some crystallariums with some iridium bars that I had, and I'm going to have those generate jades for staircases. Made a ton of gold today, 113,000, just for selling crops. Look at all the pumpkins that we get to harvest today. Hundreds of pumpkins that we're going to harvest, and we're going to process these into pickled pumpkins and pumpkin juice. I also purchased a full stack of pumpkins after that because we're only halfway through fall. 999 pumpkins we are going to plant, grow, and process. We are going to come out with tons of money after this. Look at all the pumpkins that we have now set up on the farm. So today, it's the day of the lovely special event. The fair is there. I got second place, of course, but that doesn't really matter because I gambled the rest. Always go with green. it'll land on green the great majority of times. And I kept doing this till I got 8,000 stars. I then purchased everything inside the Stardew Valley Fair shop, including of course the star drop. I got the fedora hat, I got the rare crow, I got everything in there. Back to Robin, and I wanted her to upgrade the shed to the big shed because I want to fill that shed up to the top with processing machines. It was time for another special orders quest. We're going to go with Cave Patrol and slay 50 bats, because that will also tie into our monster eradication goal to kill bats as well. Back to Clint. This time I wanted to upgrade my pickaxe to an iridium pickaxe, so he'll have that done in a couple of days. So we're now doing the special orders quest for killing bats, but this also ties into the monster eradication goals. Triple shot espressos and coffees for killing regular enemies. The hot Java ring is so good. I purchased a mermaid pendant. Who are we going to give it to? Shane, of course. There's no better NPC. And he is super stoked. He accepts. We're going to get married in a couple of days. Yes. Back into the mines to celebrate. And we're going to kill some more bats. If we see dust sprites, of course, we're going to kill those. If we see slimes, we're going to kill those. If we see iron ores, we're going to kill those. And of course, if we pick up frozen tears, we're going to give those to Sebastian, because Sebastian loves frozen tears. With all the back wings that I got, I made some power pylons for more battery packs. Got my iridium pickaxe off Clint, and I also went back to Ginger Island to give Leo a duck feather. He loves those, just to get the relationship up with him. So I completed Cave Patrol, got 6,000 gold, saved 50 bats, and I also went to upgrade more tools for Clint today. We're going to go with the hoe this time. You can upgrade that to the copper hoe. And we're going to go with Robin, and we're going to make another building. This time we're going to make another silo, because I want to purchase more animals. I'm just going to put that beside the greenhouse here as well. So that is the second silo on the farm. Went to the quarry today just to cut down some trees because I desperately need wood. And the next day I got married. So me and Shane are now a married couple in the game. So I went into the skull cavern today. I got an infestation room, but you know what? I didn't use a ladder. I killed all the slimes just because I need the kill count for monster eradication goals. I also got garlic seeds in the chest. Super happy with that because that's a year 2 crop. So I'll plant those in the greenhouse and put those into seed makers. Made my way down to Skull Cavern. I got a dinosaur egg as well. I just didn't have the footage there to show it, but I got a dinosaur egg. We'll give it to Gunther. And we're now processing pumpkins and starfruit inside those kegs in the greenhouse. So today we're going to go with prismatic jelly because I really want the monster musk off the wizard. So I spammed floor 5 for half the day looking for this prismatic slime. We killed him, got the prismatic jelly. We'll give that to the wizard for another quest completed. And as a reward, the wizard will give us monster musk. So when we take monster musk, it greatly increases the rates of monsters you find in the mines. This makes monster eradication goals way easier. Just look at all the dust sprites now. We're going to kill all these dust sprites. They're also going to drop tons of coffee and triple shot espressos. So I can also sell these to make even more money. Now I'll keep a few triple shot espressos just for the speed buff. But what's great is that when you've accumulated 10 or 50 or 100 coffees or triple shot espressos, you can sell them, you can make tons of money back. This time we're going with the steel upgrade for the hoe. And we're also going to run into Robin again here now, and we're going to construct another farm building. This time we are going to go with a barn, and I'm just going to put that down here just facing the coop, and I'm just going to put pigs into that later on. Tons of pigs for tons of truffles. We're going to give Leo more duck feathers today, and we're going to find more golden walnuts so we can unlock more stuff in Ginger Island. Back into the mines. We're doing more monster eradication goals. We're hunting slimes. We are hunting dust sprites. We need 500 dust sprites to get the burglar ring. And of course we done that, so we get the vampire ring for slaying the bats, and we get the burglar ring for slaying the dust sprites. So now it was time to move on to the skeletons. So we're going to farm the 70s to kill all the skeletons. We're using monster musk as well, so skeletons are appearing all over the place. Look at all the bone fragments and the coffees we're getting from these skeletons. We're getting tons of resources here. We can use the bone fragments for bone mills when we get them later on in the game. You know, if we want tree fertilizers or speed growth, things like that. Bone mills are great for that. I'm going to put preserve jars in this shed, and these are going to process pumpkins for me, turn them into pickled pumpkins, and I'll sell those for extra money. Also, I went back into the greenhouse. I'm getting starfruit wine, I'm getting pumpkin juice. I got all my fruit trees set up. I processed my red cabbages to make more red cabbage seeds, so I get 8 back there. I put in another 4 and I get back 6 red cabbage seeds, so that's not too bad. Back to Clint, got my steel hoe, and Then the next day, I just go to the Halloween event here. I get a recipe, I also get a rare crow, and of course I also get the lovely golden pumpkin, and that'll come in super handy for someone's birthday if I don't have a gift that they love. The next day, look at all these pumpkins. It took me almost a full day to harvest all of these pumpkins. There was just so many pumpkins. There's 999 pumpkins here I have to harvest. So the next day we're in winter. We're going to go with biome balance, of course. And we find Krobus out on his birthday, of course, roaming the lands. He gives us a magnifying glass. Later on, we check up on him in the source to make sure he's okay. We give him a birthday gift, and that is Krobus maxed out, 10 or 10 hearts. Krobus just loves wild horseradishes. Willie is maxed out from the catfish. George is maxed out from giving them leeks. Up to Robin here, we're going to upgrade our barn to a big barn. And eventually we get the deluxe barn. Linus is now maxed out, we're giving him cactus fruit. And because it's winter, he's in the bathhouse to keep himself warm because it's just too cold outside. So, you know, fair play to Linus there for not being super hardcore when it comes to the surviving, you know. Sometimes you just gotta seek shelter. More pickled pumpkins today, and I make more preserve jars. And I fill them up with more pumpkins. I'm going to fix up this farm now, get it ready for spring. So I'm going to pickaxe up all these sprinklers, and I'm going to replace them with iridium sprinklers that are on. I get a star drop from Shane. I'm getting the relationship up with him. And of course I get the legendary glacier fish, one of the harder legendary catches, of course. Another fish added to the fish roster. It's always nice to get an nation seed out of the fishing treasure chest. I also get the perch today as well. And I also get the lovely lingcod as well, which is a difficult catch as well for winter. More fishies added to the fish roster. I also get the wood skip. Now I could have got that earlier, but it just didn't pop up when I was fishing down here. But I got it today, of course. I also went to an event here where Sam, Sebastian and Abigail were playing in a band called the Pelicans. So it was just a nice event to experience. Because I got the hearts up with Sam to see that event, so I just said leave it in the video. Back to Sandy, and we are going to purchase a total of 500 starfruit seeds. Where are we going to put these seeds? Well, Ginger Island, of course. Into the pub on a Tuesday, and we give Pam a crystal fruit to complete a work order quest that she wanted us to do. That maxed out her hearts, which is great. I also fished up a squid as well to add to the roster. And I also going to hand in a few more artifacts here into Gunther because I want to get that star drop off Gunther from giving him all the artifacts. We're almost there with that. I got the lionfish too on Ginger Island, and I'm going to clear away this whole farm now today. I'm going to put down sprinklers and starfruit. Took a whole day to do that. So this is the next day on Ginger Island, and this Ginger Island is now set up with starfruit. I give Leo another duck feather, and then it was back to my regular farm just to get all my lovely pickled pumpkins to make even more money. So we give Linus here a pepper. He's happy with that. That's Linus maxed out. I give Evelyn a tulip. That's Evelyn maxed out. And I give Pierre a gift. That's him maxed out. The wizard is also maxed out. Give him a solar essence. And we're going to get Clint this time to upgrade our hoe to a gold hoe. And we're also going to give Clint an amethyst, which maxes out his friendship also. Back down into the mines, we are slaying more of these lovely skeletons. So we almost have the monster eradication goals done for these skeletons. I finally get level 10 combat. We're going to go with brute, 15% more damage. The skeletons are done. So now we are fighting shadow brutes and shadow shamans. So we're basically fighting void spirits now for another monster eradication goal. So the red cabbages are finished. I'm going to sell those. And it's back to Clint. We get our gold hoe, but now we are going to get into upgrade another tool. This time we're going to go with the iridium hoe. So that is another iridium tool in the bag. So we're going to give Caroline there a summer spangle. That is Caroline maxed out. I'm just going to talk to Jazz here. The 20 friendship points was enough to max her out. And we're going to give Sandy another daffodil, which also maxes out her friendship. Back into the mines, killing more void spirits, killing more slimes, of course. Level 10 mining, we're going to go with Prospector because I desperately need coal. So I went to the lovely fishing winter event here and I won. And I got lovely fishing prizes, including the lovely sailor's cap, which I put on because it's a super cool cap. Iridium hoe back off Clint, and we're going to get into upgrade our axe to an iridium axe. Back down into the mines for more monster eradication gold madness. I also give the dwarf an amethyst, and that maxes out the friendship with the dwarf, which is great. So let's have a look at the friendship points. We're maxed out with everyone except Leo. We are not going to max out Leo in this 100 days, but we should get him in the 200 days video. Special orders quest, we're going to go with Gus's omelette because we have tons of eggs around the place. Back into the mines to farm slime. So I'm spamming floor 5 here, using a monster musk because the quickest way to get the slime count up. I made lots of money today from selling, you know, picking pumpkins and star fruits and things like that. I get my iridium axe back off Clint and I get him to open up a ton of geodes in the hopes of finishing off the artifact collection for Gunther. So my sweet gem berries have grown again. I'm going to process these into seed makers. Hopefully I get some good luck. So I put in the first 4 sweet gem berries. Let's see how many seeds I get back. Hopefully more than 4. So I get back, that's 4, 7, 9. That was okay. So I'm going to get the skeleton mask from completing the skeletons, the savage ring from killing the void spirits, and the slime charmer ring from killing 1,000 slimes. So we're doing really well with the monster eradication goals. I am also going to get Robin to upgrade my house again to the next tier. And I also get the star drop off Gunther for giving him the last few artifacts that he needed. So that's all the artifacts done. So I'm just going to get some eggs here and I'm going to give these to Gus just to complete his special orders quest. As we can see, the autograbber has accumulated tons of eggs that I should be processing into mayonnaise. We'll do that later on. 3,000 gold for completing that quest. It was back to Ginger Island to get more golden coconuts. So I freed Professor Snail here to start the mini quest to find all the artifacts for him to get even more golden coconuts. But more importantly, I want the ostrich incubator off him so I can actually have some ostriches on the farm as well. So I can get some lovely ostrich eggs. So I get more golden walnuts here and they're all over the island. You know, if you know where they are, it doesn't take that long to actually pull them up out of the ground. I completed the gembird puzzle here. I got a few more golden walnuts, 5 there in total, which is really nice. I also repaired the resort in Ginger Island so the NPCs can come over and relax. And I also got access to the beach, but more importantly, I get access to the Pirate's Cove, where I can fish up the stingray, which is one of the last fish that I needed to complete the roster. So all I need now is to fish at the night market, you know, the submarine event. So we also get to pull up all the lovely starfruit on Ginger Island. That's all going to be processed. And we're going to get Robin to make another building here. We're going to go with the deluxe barn. Now we can get pigs, which is really nice. So I'm going to make more kegs today, 53 kegs. And I can't really fit those into the shed. So I'm just going to make a little area just outside the house there. And I'm going to put these kegs down and they can all process starfruit and turn it into starfruit wine. So I get the midnight squid, I get the blobfish, and I get the spookfish, which means I've gotten all the fish in the game. That is another starfruit in the bag for us. Willie will send us a starfruit in the morning. I also have all the minerals got as well, and I have all the artifacts got. Quite the achievement for the first 100 days. So it's the next day, day 100, Willie gives us a lovely starfruit. So we're going to take that, and that is all the starfruit gotten as well on this run, which is absolutely amazing. And that finishes out the first 100 days in this game. What a challenge it was, what an experience. So I'm going to leave the video there and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you like Stardew Valley content, then hit that subscribe button and subscribe to this channel because it will greatly help me along the way too. We didn't complete all the challenges set out in this video, but that's okay, because we can do a 200-day challenge. If you want to see a 200 days and see if I can reach perfection in 200 days, then hit that like button and let me know in the comments and I can make that video for you, no problem at all. So I hope you have a great week and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.